if you're paying only for what it says on the headstock, today, weirdly you're overpaying.
Like this is that kind of a guitar that makes you want to like miss your amp.
It's the quality of the electronics, right? Amazing on these entry-level guitars, you get pots which are not noisy.
You like things simple or you like things boring? I'm joking. We need a lot more of in this country, like strong visual identity. We've seen the black and white guitars and the blue guitars. I love this stuff.
Alright, so today we're in the studio and we have Varun, we have Hrishi and we have Vijay. You've probably seen them on the channel before. And today we're going to talk about Strydom electric guitars. You're probably familiar with the ST20 and the ST30, super popular models, always sold out. And we saw that success and we decided to bring in some new colors. And these colors are super exciting. If you've been following us on Instagram, we actually put out some of the colors. And it's really interesting how people are going for the aesthetic vibe of it. While the guitar itself is so good, it's so well constructed and it's so popular, why not give people more options?
I'm liking the colors because we've seen the plain black and the plain blues and the plain reds for such a long time.
Yeah.
I love that color.
Oh.
I mean, I know the guitar sounds great and all of that is great. I love that color. There are some other cool colors that we're going to try out. And I'm all for like this kind of expression and trying new stuff. So, I think you guys should too, think outside the box.
I don't know how many times I told this, in this channel. We are in the golden age of guitars. So we used to kind of do jugglery. Yeah. Take out pick guards from some other guitar, paste it on some other guitar, just to look different on the stage. Oh. Right? So why do strats are strats, right? Yeah. Why does anyone want a particular color in a guitar? It's what reflects their personality. Right? Like that one, that looks more modern in my eyes. Like if I'm playing more modernish, prog-ish kind of a music, I would prefer that. This is very reflective of, maybe a Texas flood guitar, right? These guitars are now reflecting that personality of that player, which is very, very important. And that's coupled with a good build quality, good hardware, and good playability.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. So these guitars are also what you would call as people buying their first electric guitar, like entry-level electrics.
Every guitar will make you play different.
Yeah.
Right? The color, I'm talking about the color, the same model. Aura, as it's called nowadays, right?
Aura, yes, the new words.
Yeah, that's a new word.
As much as the finish, the bodies have a great weight. I told you, these guitars have a solid, this is just not too heavy, not too light either. Yeah. It's just the perfect weight that you can sit and just start playing. And that's the whole thing that beginners should be worried about, is get a good, comfortable guitar that makes you want to play more.
Yeah.
Okay, and when you get to become a good player, automatically you'll change your priorities and assign money to get a higher quality instrument. Then suddenly you'll stop buying your iPhones one after the other and get good guitars, okay?
Yeah,
so it's for the beginners to get started on a quality guitar and develop the love for the instrument and develop the love for the art.
Right. So we're going to actually play some of these guitars. And what we've done today is we have 3 different setups. Now I'm running a pedal board, a traditional analog pedal. It's not a board, it's just a bunch of pedals with your power supply. And that's running into a Lee Revo Full Start 30 watt amp, which is something that we will talk about at some point in the future. So stay tuned for that. On the other hand, Hrishi is running through a processor, which is an Arena 2000 by Donner. And that's being recorded straight into Logic. And Varun doesn't even have a processor. He's connected straight into his interface, and whatever sounds you're getting, he's getting right out of the software. And I was actually setting up my rig, which is an analog rig. Those of you who have used analog, it's notorious for noise and these kind of things that happen. So I'm actually using a power conditioner, Arowana Audio Glyph, that's manufactured by Vijay. So Vijay, can you just give us a brief about that?
This version you're using is the smallest version we built. So this is more like a gigging version, which basically acts as a power conditioner for the stage and for smaller studios. A lot of home studios which are using and home audio users. So this has 4 outs, 16 amperes, and it also gives out the voltage reading and cleans out your power. You heard the way your amp cleaned out, right?
Yeah,
so
I had a huge problem with my overdrives, and as soon as I used this, it was just silent. For now, let's play something.
So chuck on the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I thought it was on the way.
1, 2, 3, 4. As as good as the laptop sounds for just for the purpose of getting the tone out, I like this is that kind of a guitar that makes you want to like miss your amp, man. Like, miss a good loud tube amp, or even the lead Evo for that matter.
Yep.
Because it got a great output throw, right? So you miss that. So these are one of those guitars because I mean, if you just start at the basics, it's a nice resonant body and a good neck. And it's a slightly slimmer neck with the different radiuses, flatter. We went through the specs, and I mean the basics are right. So you just want to plug this into a good amp and make a whole bunch of noise.
Yeah, absolutely.
So although the setup proficiently sounds right, you want to sound awfully horrible and obnoxious plugged into a loud bloody amp that way. So that's there. I mean, and the fact that the guitar wants you to play more. And it's trying to bring all that core of the guitar playing out. That means it's a nice, good, inspiring guitar. And I mean, and since these are marketed, the placement of these guitars are for beginners.
Yeah.
So this is a stellar thing for a beginner. Like we were talking off camera earlier, like how we started on like really bad, awful GIVSON guitars,
Gibson
guitars and all that, and so yeah, I mean the hardware is good. It's holding tuning stability pretty fine. Right?
Yeah. So could you play some of the sounds that you were playing?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Starting off with the neck, it's got the spanky single coil. Some drive happening from the amp itself. It's got the Strat sound.
Yep.
And by the time you get here, that's where the humbucker and the split would come in. So the humbucker by itself is pretty like rock and roll. It's doing the whole rock and roll, and we're not even on a high gain amp right now. We're on a Fender, which is a little heavy driven, and then you're back to the what do you say, the combination pickups. Yeah. So it's got this TV thing.
You just play all
Okay,
day.
so all. Okay, it's 4-fret bend in tune.
Oh, nice.
There, so these guitars are holding the abuse for that matter. Yeah.
Awesome. So Hrishi, now you're going with a different setup. What is your experience? Now you're kind of relatively clean.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I tend not to overthink it too much. It just feels great to play. And it feels easy to play, and I was mostly, when jamming, I was mostly up here. The action is nice and low and nice and easy to do stuff and stuff like that. So I just think it's a great guitar, and as a beginner guitar, it's a great guitar, If you're a beginner, it just has to feel good. Like the color has to speak to you, and it should be playable, and it should be inspiring to play. Beyond that, it just sounds great. Like, there's so many tone possibilities for whether you're going pedals or pedal board or amp and stuff like that. But it's really about what matters.
Yeah, because a lot of people, like especially someone buying their first electric guitar, you might not want to get like a pedal board or something. You'll probably go with a processor. And
you can get what you want. And now it's a bit bright. I can roll this off and get something warmer. It sounds brilliant. I mean, I don't have anything. I don't see anything that a beginner guitarist getting their first electric guitar could want more than this. There's not really much to say beyond that. I have no complaints. Sounds good.
That's amazing. And I've gone with a more traditional setup with a pedal board running into the Lead Evo amp. This one's got some amp modeling going on, and I'm going to just have some clean sounds. So even without much pedals happening, I've still got a really good sound, and I love how it responds to, like whenever I just pick a note, just play it hard. And then now I add some drive in. This is my, it's going to be my neck pickup, so. So I love how these ST20s, just being an entry-level electric guitar, really responds well. This is something I could use at a gig if I was playing a show with my band or anything. Would definitely be able to use. And this is another guitar. This has got the rosewood fretboard on there.
Yeah.
What you guys have got is the maple.
Maple.
Yep. And as you said before, it makes you play differently. Like I'm someone who always is a fan of rosewood, and it just makes you do the sustain thing really nicely.
And you were talking about beginners picking up this guitar, right? So, no, I was going crazy on VARUN'S fuzz earlier, but generally, one of the things that every beginner should look at is the comfort aspect of and how good the instrument is for the money you're paying. Because you're not going to go with a, 2 lakh rupee budget, right? If you're a beginner to buy a guitar, which I was just checking. You just gave me this guitar. The way the action is set up, I think this is just out of the box.
Yeah, these are all
right?
just out of the box.
And for this action, I don't see any relief on the bridge. That means the strings are also equally nicely set up for this particular gauge of strings. And rule of thumb, not just for this guitar or any guitar here,
Acoustically.
it has to give you that, the distinction between a kick drum and a snare drum in a rhythm playing or something.
feel that.
You can. I can just.
Even electric guitars resonate.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah,
it has to
of
sound.
course.
It has to sound good even not plugged in.
Not plugged in.
And the better it resonates not plugged in, the better it sounds.
The better it sounds. Yeah, that's what I tell to a lot of beginners who come to the store and they're trying, they're cranking everything up on the amp and want to sound like Metallica or whatever. And then they just get a lot of noise and that confuses them. So again, another thing to talk about for beginner guitar players is just the resonance of the body. And these bodies, as you mentioned, it's got a good weight to it. So it means you're getting good resonance out of it. That coupled with the electronics, when I was playing the guitar, you noticed I was just rolling off the volume and getting a nice clean sound. And as soon as I switched pickups and just moved things around here, it was responding, the amp was responding to what the pickups were sending out.
It's the quality of the electronics, right? Amazing on these entry-level guitars, you get pots which are not noisy.
Absolutely. I mean, I've paid 3 times the price for my guitars and the pot was just, like 0 or 1. Like there's no in between. And it took me about 5 or 6 years before I could afford a guitar that had these linear pots. Then I understood sound, how it works. Before that was just turning knobs. And I think kids these days really lucky, or beginners, to get guitars that an entry level gives you the electronics and the playability. So you understand you're playing, you develop your style with good quality instruments. You don't have to unlearn stuff later on down the line. I was initially skeptical about this because I'm more of a traditionalist. I like things simple. But I want to know you guys, what do you all
You like things simple or you like things boring? I'm joking. No, I love it. I think it's so great. I like that I love the way it pops. I like that it's different. What Vijay was talking about, how back in the day you said you used to take out pick guards.
Switch out, make part casters.
That's so cool. Like that is expression, you know. And music is expression, and it's not just. It doesn't have to just be through your playing. It can be through visual identity as well, which I think we need a lot more of in this country. Like strong visual identity and an expression and strong expression. Don't just be a follower. Like I feel very strongly about this topic in general.
Kuch to change now. At least change the colors out.
We've seen the black and white guitars and the blue guitars. I love this stuff, and I love what you talked about as well, switching out parts and making things your own. And so I think it's amazing. Of course, to each their own, my opinion.
I mean, people did that in the 80s, even the 70s when Eddie Van Halen took he was the full definition of parts caster. He even like wax potted the pickups. He came up with the whole concept. And that's when he was already like going even wilder than this actually.
Yeah.
Imagine being on
That was
stage
like a
with
statement.
this. Yeah, imagine being on stage with this. Everyone's gonna look at you. If that's not incentive enough.
You're a PG fan, right?
Yeah.
I mean, these colors are very PG colors, right?
Yeah.
So I'm yet to see a single guitar with a pickguard which is red on a teal body or a grey body.
Yeah. Or
Green, on a
brown body.
on a traditional brown body. Wow, amazing, man.
Yeah, I mean, like my first guitar was black and white.
Yes.
Yeah, so black guitar, white pickguard.
Yeah, I kind of stuck with that. I was like, okay, Eric Clapton plays this, so I'm going to play that. And it sounded nothing like it.
My first acoustic was also black. Then I said I'll go different on my electric, so I got a black electric.
Nice.
So yeah. So this is great. I mean, the fact that a beginner will get to have all this is not only like the visual thing, it's the playability thing, the sound thing, everything. It's like the package is complete. So I don't see anything stopping like all the younger guys who are coming in to play. It's just like get started with the journey. Like start playing some music.
This ST30, the difference is it's got a roasted maple neck and it's actually got a coil split on the bridge pickup, which is quite interesting. Again, these are relatively inexpensive guitars meant for beginners, but now you can experiment with getting different tones out of this. And also just you're talking about how necks feel differently, make you play differently. So what was your experience with the ST30? Vijay?
See, very simple. And I told that earlier also, I'm not a strat guy.
Yeah.
But what this is making me do is, everything that I was playing today, I was actually playing it openish.
Yeah.
Which I very rarely do. Like, on this guitar, if you can give me a little bit of drive also, let me see how that behaves, right? I mean, let's... I'm going openish, right? Which I would rarely do. Because I'm mostly on a Parker Fly or on my Les Pauls.
Yes.
I'm going openish.
Yeah, I like how the notes just ring out nicely and...
The pronounce.
Yeah, they're pronounced.
They're pronounced.
Nice note separation, even though you have
Exactly,
overdrive.
that pronounced this thing. No, it makes me go that area which maybe I don't on my regular guitars.
Yeah.
And look at this, man. I'm keeping the guitar open. I'm not even giving a grounding.
Yeah.
The shielding is that good.
That good.
It's a fully shielded guitar.
Yeah.
I'll leave it without giving any grounding on the string.
Yeah, and we actually have the drive on.
You have the drive on.
We have the drive on. There's no...
Let's do a test. Put the sustainer also on, the compression.
Alright, let's go.
It's feedbacking but not noise. Right?
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Good build.
And again, for like a lot of beginners watching these videos, you may not understand a lot of this now, but trust me, it will help. It will contribute to your sound and make your life easier.
Yeah, I think so. Apart from the single coil, the coil split that we have on the bridge pickup, that gets added. I think we have a roasted maple fingerboard, and the frets have slightly gotten wider and taller.
Okay.
So these are obviously different frets. And playability wise, I think just because of the frets and the neck feels a little, meatier, and it's a slightly different radius. So again, it still feels very smooth to play. You've got one thing that I used to check with the neck playability is as the notes go forward up on the neck, they don't start decreasing in volume. That's when you get a sort of like a dead neck, or sometimes the neck and the body are not
Dead fret basically.
dead fret, and the body and the neck are not like the resonation is not happening. So these guitars have that. The sustain is like.
Nice.
Okay, so I don't have that much gain right now, so.
See, this is what different guitars do to players, right? Like, both of us are now picking up a new guitar. He's talking about how good the guitar is in this part of the neck, and I'm talking about how good it is in this part of the neck. So that's what guitars in general do. Different guitars will make you play differently. I'm confidently running my fingers on the edge of the fret without feeling a cut. Right? There's no protruding frets. All the frets are dressed and equally leveled in all the three guitars. In fact, I can see Hrishi's guitar completely on the side where I can actually see the levels. Perfectly leveled.
No, they're pretty good with their fret finish work and everything.
It's
even
setup,
the setup that comes out
of the box. Yeah, it's quite good. Yeah, it's definitely quite good right out of the box. Yeah, usually sometimes when guitars are out of the box, you have to do your own little, stuff. But it sounds good. I think the playability is good. What is the difference between maple and roasted maple? I actually am very technically shunted. Right. So, what difference does it make in sound and playability?
Maple are hardwoods. It's the moisture content which basically ultimately determines the playability and the tonality of that wood. So you basically take that, you put that, you bake it. You literally bake it in a kiln. And you get the moisture percentage anywhere lower than 4%.
That makes it roasted?
When you roast it, you automatically achieve it. So roasted maple, first of all, will give you that punch. And it'll be extremely stable. And what they've done in this guitar is they're not cheaped out on the truss rod. It's actually a toggle wheel. It's not, it's a dual action toggle wheel here, which is easier to set up. But trust me, these necks are not going to move, especially in Mumbai, India. We are a tropical country. Roasted maple will not move much with the weather. And it's going to give you that snap while playing and feels better.
Yeah, it definitely is snappier. So yeah, I just play, but I don't know why it sounds the way it sounds like you do.
Yeah, that was my experience as well. When I came to roasted maple, I was a rosewood fan. Then I played roasted maple. I'm like, this is a nice in-between sweet spot. And absolutely loving this. So a lot of y'all in the comments keep mentioning Yamaha Pacifica, which is the guitar that a lot of people went to a few years ago. And they started really getting into electric guitars. So whenever we talk about Strydom guitars or SCO, you always have a Pacifica that's mentioned. So Varun, you are actually holding one of these models now.
Yeah.
And you've played the ST20s, the ST30s. Right off the bat, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I've got the Pacifica here, and I mean the first thing off the bat is the feel of it. The neck feels a little like rougher. It's not as smooth as it was on the ST20 and especially the ST30, the very last one that I played. So you run your fingers across the neck, you do feel like certain frets, they sort of hit you. So that is the case on this one. Apart from that, the sound is great, like the pickups and everything. I mean, it is, again, this is also, it does the strat thing. It does that thing.
That does sound good.
But note pronunciation, I don't know, it doesn't give you that strat feel. Like, individual separation of notes. I can't hear that when you play.
Yeah. So that's there. I mean, that's what the
Pacifica was my first guitar, so I'm a bit biased that way.
No, it was a great guitar back in the day. I mean, from what we were getting it, but now that we have come so many years ahead, and now the game in the guitar development world has moved forward. It's like this is the qualities that you're getting even in like beginner guitars. And that's when you really come to see where the old school brands are sort of falling short in that aspect. Like the newer brands are able to give it in the probably like a lesser price range, packed it with more features. And whereas these things are still sort of, that's what I feel. These models are still sort of where they used to be. No, I mean, apart from maybe a color or two here and there, and the price is going triple now. Nothing's much has changed. The fretwork, the neck, and I mean, it's at some point it's even got some phases where it feels crude in your neck.
If you're paying only for what it says on the headstock, today, weirdly you're overpaying. And that's rule of thumb. No, it's a smarter generation. We are living in an age where information is out there, right? So if I take this guitar, for example, the string retainers are just one, the other strings are just dangling, right? So your chance of going out of tune is more. I think these have two. And yeah, it's a plastic nut. This has a synthetic bone nut. Wood aging and no, there's no roasting on this. It looks like a younger maple. So I got it. I'm deading out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, you've gone out of the.
Yeah, I'm going out of. It's not cut and dressed properly. The price point is 2.53x.
Yeah.
And while we look at it, the neck plate is just a standard.
Yeah, I agree.
Generic
The
one.
prices in general have gone sky high. What you could buy into like a Fender or a Pacifica or all the starter guitar brands that we had back in the day, the prices are like 2 to 3 times
they've
now.
gone out of budget.
And the quality of the guitar has not changed much. It's sort of stayed what it
These
was.
bigger brands carry a bigger overhead, right? So they have to keep their margins, and that translates to the pricing.
Right. That's what's happening under the hood. Right.
I think the lesson is just come and try the guitars out for yourself. Don't just look at what Vijay said, the headstock.
Yeah, and the frets.
Just try it, play it for yourself.
Yeah,
we're not trying to like. We're 3 independent guitar players. We're not trying to sell you anything. Just try it out for yourself, And I think
And the brand is always evolving. We are always trying to come up with new things. And what Hrishi has in his hand is something that's actually a work in progress. It's not launched yet. That's going to be the ST30 Pro.
This sounds amazing. Sorry, I'm just taking over. This just feels like. It is. I'm told it's a composite fretboard.
Yeah,
Because I didn't know what it was. It feels so smooth. It just feels like really good. It's so smooth to play. I don't know anything about it. I picked it up and he was playing it. And I kind of stole it from him, and I gave him the Pacifica.
Wrong mood, dude.
Yeah. And but I mean, it immediately got me asking, why is it so smooth? Why does it feel so good? It feels heavy. I'm assuming it's going to be good. It's a work in progress, so I don't know what the final specs are going to be.
Yeah. The cool thing about this is we are working on something that's an onboard processor. Just to make life easy, you've seen this entire rig that we have here. It's not the most convenient thing to take around. So we had the Inspire and other models which has an onboard processor, and we're doing that with the ST30. We already have a Pro version now that has a different processor, but again with Strydom we're always trying to evolve, and that's what we're doing with the ST30 Pro of this version. Work in progress. The important thing is the pickups on these are Alnico 5s. So you've got these really powerful pickups that feed into a processor. Great neck playability, and as you mentioned, you just felt like shredding on it.
It's a composite board which sells to me, man. Seriously.
Alright, so that was our conversation about the ST20s, the ST30s, and we discussed a little bit about how Pacifica fares with that. And we were introducing the ST30 Pro. Stay tuned for that. That's going to be happening sometime soon. So till then, that was Varun, Hrishi, and Vijay, and we'll see you on the next one.